All right, battle of directional schools here, in-state rivalry. Central Michigan, Western Michigan. We've got Western 3-point home favorites, 56.5 being the total here in this game. Central Michigan was a team really, really having a tough time of it, struggling mightily in recent games until last week. And as I just mentioned, they ended up beating Northern Illinois. Jace Bauer in that game at the starting quarterback spot. Not great throwing the ball. Didn't throw it a ton, 9 of 16, 116 through the air, but the ground game was able to do a good amount of damage there for Central Michigan in that game. The defense stepped up with key takeaways as well, and they were able to find a way in that one. I kind of like Central here. I mean, this is another example, kind of like Ball State. Central Michigan had their little swoon for a few weeks there, not playing well. All of a sudden, they step up. And you got to give a team credit when they're, a pretty sizable underdog. I mean, they were getting, 6.5, almost 7 against Northern Illinois last week. They end up winning that game outright. You do have to give them credit. I know with Western, they're a team I'm not really anxious to lay points with right now at this point in time. They're only 3-6 on the season. And for Central Michigan, and it's important to keep this in mind now that we're into the month of November, teams that are on the 5-win mark know that the next game is a very big one because that would get a secure bowl eligibility. So for Central Michigan, a win here gets them their 6th win of the season and bowl eligibility. So there's a lot at stake here for Central. I like the ability that they snapped the mini skid they had with their win last week against Northern Illinois. I think they've got the opportunity here. And really in these rivalry games, Central and Western, this goes back years, if not, a decade plus since I've been doing this full time. I'm just interested in the dog in these rivalry games more than laying the favorites. So it would be Central or nothing for me here. C-Mac, what do you like?
Yeah, I think, Western being at home could win this game, but I'm not really pumped to lay 3 in the hook. Both these defenses are bad. They're not very good. It seems like now we have a big total in this, 56.5, 57. But I think we're around there. And we'll see if Bauer can have just as good a game here, on the road and continue, because we know he can't throw it well. Both teams should be able to run it with ease. So this is probably one I don't even bet. But, I look at the dog as well with Central Michigan, but I just don't know if I want to take him on the road.
Yeah, I can make a case for this over for sure. And classic situation too, where it didn't work out in the Buffalo-Toledo game. There was snow in that game, but there was also snow in the Northern Illinois Central game last week, and people were betting that under because of the conditions. It flew over the total. You just don't bet totals under simply based on rain or snow. You have to. The wind is what you need to look for. Honestly, I've seen it for years, even in the NFL as well. Snow does not really slow down the scoring. Rain doesn't slow down the scoring either as much as wind does. So that's always the thing you've got to keep in mind. So, yeah, as far as the total here, I would definitely lean over with these two offenses. Hayden Wolf's played pretty well for Western Michigan at quarterback. He had a nice day offensively against Eastern Michigan.
Last game.
Yeah, absolutely played pretty well. So definitely the over, I think, could be the look there as far as the total.